iPhone 12 Pro Max unboxing is what I guess I'll title this video. Hello everyone, and welcome to Friday. I'm going to jump right into the unboxing part because inevitably someone showed up here. They're lost on the internet. They're looking for an unboxing, so let's just do that part because I know that that's what you're interested in. And then I'll talk a little bit about this device and why I got it. It's got this little thing. You pull. It makes, I would say, a satisfying noise, but not really. It kind of sounds like a demon has escaped from someone's body. You get this little thing comes off here. It's thinner. That is because it doesn't include a power brick, but that's okay because, you know, Apple wants to save on packaging. Even though I had to then buy a power brick, which makes more packaging. Anyway, you lift the lid and right there. And actually, there's a cutout for the camera modules because it's so big. I've heard a lot of people talking about how big this phone is. I was looking online, and the dimensions they're identical to the previous phone that I had, which is the 6S Plus. It's actually the exact same size. I think it's thinner by like 1/10 of an inch or something like that. Something like that, but otherwise it's like the same dimensions. Got a little pull tab here. Oh, I'm not sure what I was expecting to happen. Fireworks! Okay. This is the phone. I did black. They call it granite. I mean, in fairness, it's actually not really black. I guess it is kind of gray. They don't have a true blue jet black one this time around. And there is no power brick in it, so you just have this little thing designed by Apple in California. Good. Did you at least give me some stickers that I've never affixed to anything? I think you did, actually. Oh, hold on. There's something metal in this? What is this? Oh, it's the little thing to get your SIM card out. And yes, God bless them, included a sticker. Thanks, Tim Cook. And then, of course, this is the this is new. I don't know how long they've been doing this. I think this is new for the iPhone 12. Is that it's Lightning to USB-C. The iPhone does not use USB-C. It is still using Lightning, but the cable that it ships with, instead of having a USB Type A, now has a USB Type C port. That's the unboxing part. If you were If you were here just for the unboxing, that's it. That's it. It's over. For everyone else who's like, I would like to hear you speak maybe a little more, that's fair. I'll say some more words at you. So the iPhone 12 just launched, I guess at this point, probably about a month ago. Apple did not put all of their phones together. They separated out into two groupings. They started by releasing the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 Pro. And then like 2 weeks later, they released the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I went for the Pro Max. I'm going to be honest with you. The reason that I did that, the reason I went for that model specifically, is simply because the cameras are better. That's it. Like there's not like a big like, oh, were you weighing all of these options? No, I really wasn't. And is this phone expensive? Yes, this is a very expensive phone. But the thing is, the last phone that I had, well, the phone I've been using up to this point is the the iPhone 6S Plus. I've had it for 5 years. There's a good chance that I'm probably going to have this phone also for 5 years. So while it is very expensive, I also kind of consider it an investment, and I'm basically investing in this phone. I'm going to be using this phone probably for another 5 years. Whenever you work it out like that, it's like, well, I don't mind spending the money on the phone. The other reason is that increasingly, and this is not a great example year for it, but let me just explain. Increasingly, I've been using my phone to do some vlogging stuff. The reason is, Mouse currently filming on the Sony a6400. The vlogging cameras are getting a little bit bigger. Every once in a while when we finally upgrade and get a new camera, the cameras are getting bigger. They're not exactly stealthy. It used to be that I could fit the vlog camera in my pocket, and if we were out and about doing something, I could film something for the vlog and not draw a ton of attention to myself. And those days are kind of over. I will still occasionally use that camera out and about, but not everywhere. For instance, if we're at a restaurant, which again, this is a bad year for this example, but let's say we're at a restaurant and I want to film something quickly, discreetly. I don't want to draw a lot of attention. I don't want people being like, "What you got there?" Because that has happened more than you know. A really easy way around this is to use the phone. Everyone is used to someone holding the phone and taking a picture or video with their phone. Everyone just expects that at this point. So I decided that I was going to use this opportunity to just upgrade for the first time in 5 years and also just get really nice cameras. So what's the big difference between the Pro Max and some of the other iPhone models? So the iPhone Pro and the Pro Max each have 3 cameras. They have the wide, which is the standard camera. They have the ultra wide, which is wider. And then they also have a telephoto, which zooms in. The difference between the Pro Max and the Pro is that the Pro Max zooms in a little bit further. The normal iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini don't have the telephoto lenses. They only have the 2 cameras. But the reason that I went for the Pro Max over the Pro, because you could have saved $100 by going with the Pro instead of the Pro Max. The reason I paid the extra $100 is basically because the wide camera has a bigger sensor, like substantially bigger, like 47% bigger. In low light, it should do considerably better. It's also the first iPhone with IBIS, in-body image stabilization. Up to this point, all of the iPhones have had stabilization in the lenses, and this is the first iPhone, specifically in that one camera, the wide camera, to have stabilization in the sensor. And that's different. I'm not sure what that will mean long term. It may just be that they did that because the sensor is larger and they needed a better way to stabilize it than on the lens. I don't know. But I'm curious about that. So, yeah, I decided to get the Pro Max. Is it a bigger phone? I mean, it's the same size I've been using, but the big thing is that on these old models, you have that, bezel at the top and the bottom for the speaker and for the button. This phone is nothing but screen. If I take this off, like the entire thing is screen, and that's new. So while the phone size hasn't changed, the amount of screen that I have is, well, more. And I mean, it's a nicer phone. Obviously, it's been 5 years. It's got, a higher display. It can actually show HDR. It can shoot HDR, which is new for the iPhone 12 line. But yeah, that's the reason specifically why I went for the Pro Max over some of the other models. Now, one of the things I've been reading about from folks that have had a chance to get a hold of all of the phones and have done a lot of testing on the phones is that the camera is surprisingly good across all models. So if you are someone that likes to take photos, but you're like, man, that phone's too big, that's fair. If this phone is too big, do not buy this phone. It is not worth having a giant phone just because you want the better pictures. Because I promise you, the Pro, or even the 12 or the Mini, will take photos that just near as a hair rival this. In low light conditions, this is probably still going to win on that wider lens. But for other scenarios, if this phone is too big, don't do it. It's not worth having a phone that you're uncomfortable with in every other scenario. So, something to keep in mind. Anyway, in the coming days, I'll probably talk a little bit more about this. I have to transfer everything to this because I have 5 years of my life here. Fun. Oh, and because I know I've had some questions about this in the past, the case that I got, because I'm worried that this will just explode. Phones cost too much money. I'm worried that they'll just explode. I don't want them to explode. So the case I went with was... All right, hold up. Freeze frame. I'm about to show you the case that I bought for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's a case by Spec. Now, Mal and I have used Spec cases for many years. We've always really liked them. I've bought them for my family, for my parents' iPhones, and they've always really liked them. And historically, they have been a fairly good company. The reason I liked their cases is because it was a good quality case, but then also they had these silicone strips on the back that you could grip onto whenever you're holding the phone, which is the most important thing in a case to me. I mean, I want the phone protected, sure, but I want something that's going to keep it from sliding out of my hands. Historically, I've went with spec cases. I've always really loved them. However, it's been many years since I've had to buy a case from them, and unfortunately, they have changed the design of their cases, and they no longer do the silicone strips on the back. Now, it's just a part of the plastic. And, like, does that offer some level of grip? Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I've been reading online, and there's a lot of people that were also upset about this because they had bought spec cases in the past, and it's changed. The other thing is there's apparently some quality control issues, because after I ended this vlog and opened up the case and went to look at it and put my phone into it, it was, like, physically deformed, like almost melted, in such a way that the phone would not fit into the case. There was like some problem at the production level where I could not get my phone physically into the case. So that's going to get returned, and I'm going to find a different case. It sucks because I've used spec cases for many years, but I wanted to just like stop this vlog mid-progress and let you know, because I didn't want to falsely advertise a spec case whenever I'm not actually going to end up using it. And we're obviously not sponsored by Spec. We never have been. But I've always really loved their stuff. And I guess that's going to change, which is sad. As soon as I get a new case, I'll let you know. And in the meantime, I guess I'm not going to have a case. It'll be weird for a few days, but I'll figure something out. Anyway, back to the vlog. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do a screen protector. I've historically done screen protectors. I didn't order one just because I babied the heck out of this. I've never had any run-ins with that, so I don't think I need one. And then also, Apple's reported that the glass is stronger, so maybe I shouldn't be worried about it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited. I am. It's a little bit of a pain because, again, 5 years of my life, and I need to transfer things, and I should really use this opportunity to do some spring cleaning. Like, I could just move all my photos over, sure, but I've got stuff on here I don't need, and that's just another thing I got to deal with. But I'm excited because I can take better photos. I can take better videos. And whenever I start using this more and more, whenever we're out and about, which admittedly, again, 2020 is not the ideal time, but the pandemic will end and we'll be out doing things again, and this will actually come in handy. And another thing I'd really like to do is try and take more photos. And I'm hoping that this will inspire me to do so. Maybe I'll start posting stuff on Instagram just a little more often. I'd like that. Okay, that's it. I've opened it. Now comes the next step of trying to get everything working on here. Thank you for watching. If you picked up one of the new iPhones, I'd love to hear what you picked up and also what you think of it so far. 5 years is a long time to go between phones. But also the distance is getting longer. It used to be that they were like, every 2 years you're gonna go get a phone. I didn't find that to be true. And now actually more than ever, like we're able to go quite a ways. So 5 years was a bit of a stretch. The pandemic actually kind of helped because the battery dies so quickly, and being home all the time was an assist. But looking forward to having something a little more reliable where the battery will survive. Thanks for watching. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we?